Wimborne Town travel back to Dorset tonight from Worcestershire in a good mood after a 6-2 win at Evesham United this afternoon. The goals coming from a hat-trick from the prolific Mark Gamble, Sam Griffin with 2 and George Webb with 1. A strange game in some ways, and Wimborne made the worst possible start when for just 3 minutes they went 1-0 down. A ball from the left byline seemed to be back-heeled by Marcus Palmer past a stranded Jason Harville. Wimborne were looking good in the first half though, and on 25 minutes they got a deserved equaliser. This was the goal of the game. Ian Sainsbury played a lovely through ball to Ian Oliver, who took the ball down to the left byline and crossed to the far post, and there was Sam Griffin, whose looped header went over the keeper and in at the far post. 1-1 then after 25 minutes, and Wimborne looking the better team. And it was 2-1 to the Magpies on 41 minutes, and this was a goal that the home keeper will want to forget. A pass back, he stopped a pass back just outside his penalty area, and I think he looked down to pick it up, realised he was outside, panicked a little bit and was robbed by Mark Gamble, the busy Mark Gamble, who took it past him and rolled the ball into an empty net. And it got worse for the home keeper, I'm afraid, in the first minute of added time in the first half, when he was adjudged to have brought down Mark Gamble. There's a red card for the keeper, the ball was put on the spot, and Mark made it 3-1 at the break. Contentious decision from the referee. I think the linesman didn't give it, and most people in the crowd would have thought that it was harsh on the keeper to get the red card, and probably it wasn't a foul. But anyway, 3-1 to the Magpies at half-time, up against 10 men, and it looked like the second half would be a bit of a stroll, but not a bit of it. Evesham did exactly what they'd done in the first half and scored in the first minute of the second half. Lance Smith going through and putting the ball past Jason. 3-2 then, and obviously Evesham's heads came right up after that. They were urged on by their vociferous manager, but on 59 minutes there was Sam Griffin to make it 4-2 and ease the pressure. And understandably the Evesham heads dropped a little at this point, and 3 minutes later Wimborne, Mark Gamble's persistence drew a free kick just outside the penalty area on the left-hand side. The ball was rolled short to George Webb, and his first-time shot hit the roof of the net to make it 5-2 to Wimborne, 62 minutes. Dan Burton-Hemmings came on for Billy Maybury on 74 minutes for his second substitute appearance of the week. And the substitute goalkeeper, who apparently was the Evesham goalkeeping coach, made a tremendous save a minute later from a Mark Gamble header, palming it onto the bar. Sam Griffin went off and Liam Donaghy came on to make his debut, and then on 90 minutes Mark Gamble notched his third goal and Wimborne's sixth after the ball had bounced around amongst heads in the penalty area, and it fell to Mark and he was on it. Paul Roast came on for added time, George Webb going off, and the referee blew the whistle. So this was, for Wimborne fans, a hugely entertaining game. We played some very good football, and in the first half, when it was 11 against 11, we were first to most balls, which hasn't always been the case this season, and we looked really good. Steve Cuss fielded the same team as he did on Boxing Day, apart from George Webb coming in for the unavailable Mark Kemble, and George had a good game. Man of the match, well, it's difficult to look beyond Mark Gamble for his hat-trick, but Sam Griffin had a super game as well. Showed a bit of steel in his challenges, and all round it was a good performance from Wimborne, on the front foot for most of the time. Next up for the Magpies is the trip to Tiverton Town on New Year's Day, on Wednesday, and we'll hope to see you there. Steve Cuss with me now after today's 6-2 win at Evesham. Steve, you must be delighted. What did you think of that one?
Yeah, absolutely delighted. Got to give all the credit to the players. You know, I've probably been a bit hard on them as such, and over the last few games, and to go a goal down after 4 minutes, the place could have, we could have just dropped our heads and think, oh no, here we go again. But some real characters out there today. I thought we tried to get the ball down and pass it really well, and I thought we opened them up, and with obviously full value for our win come the end. So, all credit to the players. I thought they're fantastic.
And absolutely, I agree with you completely. And in that first half, when it was 11 against 11, we were clearly the better team, and we pressed really hard and we forced mistakes from Evesham, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we've looked back over, and we've talked a lot lately over the last few games about what we've probably not been doing, where we were doing beforehand, and it's real back to basics for us today. We're going to be hard to beat. Really try and work and press the ball, don't give them any time on it. And then we know when we got the ball, we've got the quality to open teams up, and we really showed that today. And we asked the players just to take care a little bit and be a little bit more thoughtful on their passing, and I thought we saw that today. And our quality of our passing was excellent.
Slightly controversial decision at the end of the first half to send the keeper off in the word of penalty, and the old cliche will be that was the turning point, but it absolutely wasn't, was it? We were well on top before that, and we were the better team.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we were on top, and we were pushing for that third goal at that time, and I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought the referee got it wrong, but at the end of the day, we've had some of those decisions go against us, as all teams do, and but I didn't think it was against the run of play. I thought that we were by far the better side and looking like we could score more goals. So, obviously we had a man advantage second half, and I thought we really worked that well, particularly getting the ball out wide and stretching them and really working their back four. So, yes, it had a big factor on the game, but I felt we were capable of scoring goals anyway.
8 goals in the game. I thought the best 2 both were scored by Sam Griffin. He had a super game, didn't he?
Yeah, it's nice for Sam because one of the things we talk about and we work with him is end products. So crosses into the box, beating his man, and scoring goals, because he's got some tremendous ability. And I think we saw that today. His first headed goal, and the second one was nicely taken when he cuts inside and slips it under the goalkeeper. So delighted with Sam. He's a young player who's come into us, and again he's been a little bit criticised of late for not delivering, and he's responded well today, so really pleased with him.
You gave Dan Burton-Hemmings a little bit longer on the pitch today, and he looks full of confidence. He looks to have very good feet, and he took up good positions. What can you tell us about him apart from that?
Yeah, I think we were down to the bare bones today, really, and we brought the two young lads in, Dan Burton-Hemmings and Liam Donaghy, and that's credit to Ed Taylor in the reserve setup, because he's been nursing those young players along, and there will come a time when they'll come into the first team on a more regular basis. But I was delighted to get them both on the pitch today, and Dan in particular is a player with real talent. Being left-footed, the ability to beat players, and he's a confident young man. So hopefully we'll see a bit of him between now and the end of the season in the first team. Yeah,
and Liam showed up well as well. That will help them no end, I would think.
Yeah, I think fair play to them. They're both 17 years old. They've made their debuts in this past week in the Southern League, and there's not many players that do that. So we've got a lot of time for Liam as well. We asked him to come and play slightly out of position late on, just to shore it up. He's naturally a defender, but he came in and played wide midfield for us, and he did a good job. And again, it just shows the talent that we've got coming through from our youth setup. So really delighted with that as well.
Steve, thanks for your time, and congratulations to you and the players.
Thank you. Sure.